Hello, I'm Sarah Moscoso.
And I'm Abigail Lindsay, filling in for Carly Fromm.
And you're watching Etown News on ECTV 40. A young local business owner celebrated their 5-year anniversary with the grand opening of a cafe. But their achievements haven't come without a difficult beginning. ECTV 40's Faith Morrow has the story.
Local business Trellis Marketplace looks a little different than when it opened 5 years ago, especially with its new cafe addition. And 25-year-old business owner Charlie Montgomery has overseen all of it.
And it wasn't until right before we opened this that I felt something in my gut that was like, you need to stay here and you need to see this through.
Charlie wasn't always the creator of Trellis, though. Her mom, Laura Montgomery, created the idea for Trellis with a business partner in 2016, but just as they had gotten it started, Laura was diagnosed with breast cancer.
In fact, many of the first Trellis meetings were at her radiation appointments. Laura passed away in 2018.
I got probably about a week to be with my family and grieve, but then being a small business, there's not really a time to stop.
At 21 years old, Charlie decided to continue her mom's legacy by running Trellis. This year in August, they celebrated 5 years in business with the grand opening of Groovy Bean Cafe.
It makes me feel amazing. It's the best gift I could ask for, is seeing my partner succeed.
With the help of Charlie's boyfriend Kyle, who runs the cafe, they now serve drinks and pastries.
I don't think that's anything that we ever envisioned. So I know my mom would be really happy and really proud.
In Elizabethtown, Faith Morrow, ECTV 40.
Trellis Marketplace is open Wednesdays through Sundays on East High Street.
Election day is fast approaching, with key races for PA Governor and U.S. Senator on the ballot. Make sure you have a plan for how you'll vote on November 8th. If you're voting in person for the first time, be prepared to show a form of identification. This can be done through a driver's license, passport, or student ID. For a full list of acceptable forms of ID, along with general information about voting, visit vote.pa.gov.
An anonymous social media app has been gaining significant popularity with Etown students since last semester. ECTV 40's Armin Reid tells us about how students are using and misusing the app.
Using technology to connect with your community is more important than it's ever been. But what if you could have those connections without anyone knowing who they're talking to? That's the main idea of the social media app Yik Yak. Users can post messages, upvote or downvote others' posts, and reply to posts, all while remaining completely anonymous. The posts people can see are limited by location, so everyone posting lives around the same area. Yik Yak is quite popular on college campuses, and Etown is no exception.
I mainly use it when I hear someone said oh, this happened on Yik Yak, and I'm like, okay, what did someone do this time?
I don't actually, say anything on Yik Yak. I just think it's, a really funny app to use when, you're kind of stressed out.
Because Yik Yak posts are anonymous, there's no limit to what someone can say. This means people use the app to vent about their feelings, mental health struggles, and suicidal thoughts. According to Dr. Bruce Lynch, Associate Dean for Student Counseling and Health Needs, there are both positives and negatives of using Yik Yak in this way.
People may feel freer to express themselves when they're anonymous, or people may feel freer to be less direct and clear about how they're feeling, which could cause difficulties.
There are also some users who have noticed hateful content on the app.
Heard some of the fatphobic comments that have been said, some of the sexist, misogynistic, racist things that some Etownian students have said on there.
Yik Yak's anonymity makes it difficult to figure out who is saying what, but if you are struggling, there are ways you can find help. You can call 717-361-1405 to set up a counseling appointment. In addition, if you witness any bias incidents or hate crimes, you can report them to the Title IX office. From Elizabethtown College, I'm Armin Reid, ECTV 40.
As for now, Yik Yak doesn't seem to be losing popularity anytime soon.
Now for your Etown sports updates. Women's volleyball finished their amazing non-conference season by winning all 3 of their games last week. It began last Wednesday against Catholic in Washington, D.C., where they nailed a 3-0 sweep. The hot streak continued into Saturday against Drew in Sealands Grove, Pennsylvania, with another sweep. The team finished with yet another win that night against Susquehanna, winning 3-2. The Blue Jays are red hot as they soar into the Landmark Conference semifinals on a 5-game winning streak. Their next game is away against Scranton tonight at 7. Women's swim competed on Saturday against Millersville. The Blue Jays lost by a score of 177-79. The loss is the team's first on the season, moving them to a 2-1. Their next meet is away on Friday against Bryn Mawr.
The field hockey team played their season finale at home against Catholic on Saturday. It was senior day for the Blue Jays, and seniors Grace Hussey, Sydney Aguilar, Emma Miller, Chloe Smith, and Madeline Cachell were celebrated during the pregame ceremony. As the action started, Etown got on the board early with a successful penalty from senior Chloe Smith. But as the teams headed into halftime, Catholic was leading 5-1. In the second half, both teams defended well. The Blue Jays scored late thanks to sophomore Riley Stevens. When the final whistle was blown, Catholic won 7-2. This game ends the Blue Jays season with a 7-10 record.
Men's and women's cross country competed in the Landmark Conference Championship on Saturday in Baltimore. The men's team placed third out of 6 teams with a total of 61 points. The women's team placed second out of 6 teams with a total of 43 points. Both men's and women's cross country will compete next Saturday in the NCAA Division III Mid-Atlantic Regional Championship in Lock Haven, Pennsylvania. Men's soccer traveled to Washington, D.C. on Saturday to take on the Catholic Cardinals for their season finale. The Blue Jays lost 1-0. With this game, men's soccer wraps up the regular season with a record of 8 wins, 5 losses, and 4 ties. They now turn their attention toward the Landmark Conference Championship. They take on Goucher tonight at 7 in a semifinal matchup at home. Women's soccer fell to Catholic in their final regular season game on Saturday in Washington, D.C. This game wraps up their season as they finish with a record of 5 wins, 9 losses, and 2 ties. That's all for your Etown sports updates.
Are you interested in being an RA? Housing and Residence Life will be hosting information sessions next week in the residence halls. During the sessions, students can learn more about being an RA and the application process and timeline. Sessions will be hosted next Tuesday in the Meyer lobby, next Wednesday in the Founders lobby, and next Thursday in the Schlosser lobby. Each session starts at 5 p.m.
The Best Buddies Club filled the Bauer Center with ghouls and goblins for its annual Halloween party on Friday. Best Buddies' mission is to create one-on-one friendships with people who have intellectual and developmental disabilities in the Etown community.
The turnout for this event has been amazing. Every year we have our Halloween party, and I love to see everyone come out in all their different costumes, and it's just so great getting to continue to spread our mission of inclusion to the Etown community.
Club members and attendees dressed up and enjoyed pizza provided by the club. Then Best Buddies trick-or-treaters filled their paper bags with candy and left with smiles on their faces.
Thanks for tuning in to Etown News on ECTV 40. I'm Sarah Moscoso.
And I'm Abigail Lindsay. Make sure to subscribe to our channel so you get the latest Etown news each week. Have a great week, and remember to take flight, Etown!